Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Good to see everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the video. And today's video is going to be about Ripple XRP and how this token, this coin, I think will be one of the greatest crypto projects of all time. And I'm going to tell you why. The first thing to say is that we've seen about a 3x in Bitcoin from the point of December 14th, which was when Bitcoin was about 3,100. Since then, we're now at about 8,000, 7,800, but we reached an all-time high of 9,000 for the year. So roughly a 3x. Ripple XRP has gone up from about 28 cents low to about 41, which is almost a 33% increase or more. So, for anybody who's trying to buy Bitcoin now, you're getting into a pretty bad time because it seems that Bitcoin dominance has increased dramatically, whereas the altcoins have not seen significant gains like Bitcoin. Maybe you can make an argument for a few, but Ripple is one that's kind of stayed level. We haven't seen too much movement. You could argue that it's one of the safer coins in the market. So I really recommend getting a good buy on XRP. And I'm going to go into that later, and I will have another video on that soon. But I just want to kind of tell you why the application is in my opinion, one of the better buys right now. First of all, it's at a lower price. It hasn't had as much movement, so you still can get in at a pretty good discount compared to the all-time high of around $3.84, I believe, or $4. So that's one really good thing. Second thing is the application, the utility. XRP, although it kind of defeats the purpose of a cryptocurrency because I think Ripple controls most of it, and I think they can automatically print XRP and just distribute more, which is an issue. The project's centralized, it works with banks, and it works with other customers and clients in that nature. It's traceable. All these kind of things are negatives, I think, of XRP. The whole idea of cryptocurrency is to have decentralized currency. But XRP happens to be centralized, and it's used for banks, exactly the purpose that people don't want to use it for. But you can still use it on an exchange and transfer money. So it kind of defeats. I really don't see many negatives to XRP. I mean, you can literally send a transaction in 40 seconds. It's for more than a quarter of a cent. It's just unbelievable technology. It's fast. It's easy. It solves a lot of problems internationally with banks and can reduce costs up to 65 to 60% of bank costs. So in the end, it's quite an asset, and I really recommend it. I see it as being potentially the best cryptocurrency ever. Bitcoin currently is dominating the market with Ethereum, but I think XRP is still in its beginning stages. Made in 2012, really started to gain traction in 2015, 2017. Where it's still so early in this project, and I personally own about 20,000 XRP, looking to buy some more at the current time, but anybody who, there's still a chance. There's still a chance. And don't get fooled by price. A lot of people say, oh, XRP is very cheap. A lot of YouTubers say, oh, it's so cheap. It's only 35 cents, only 42 cents. Bitcoin's now like, $7,800. Doesn't matter. There's a lot more XRP in circulation. So that means it's just not simply going to be as valuable. The more you have of one thing, the less valuable it is. Bitcoin only has 21 million. There's a total supply of 100 billion XRP. It's impossible for XRP to reach $20,000. It could reach $300-$400 if we really see mass adoption. I think it can happen. Just look at all the partnerships that XRP has. Look at all the partnerships. It's crazy. So, that's the only thing I have to say. It's almost like a sure thing. I'm not going to say 100% guarantee. Of course not. But it's hard to believe this project won't be successful. So, we've seen, looking at the graphs here, we've seen some tremendous growth from the origin of 2015. Once we hit 2017, it really skyrocketed, going from 1/10, 1/20th, 1/30th of a cent all the way to $4, just out of control. Well, this was in the beginning, but then as we saw the big run of 2017, that was when it hit about 385, 384. But an interesting thing that XRP kind of had back in September 2018 was in this bear market, we did see a slight increase to almost 70 cents. That was back in September. I happened to have bought at the time, and I actually sold right at the peak, I think at 100%, and then it kind of crashed back down. But ever since this kind of move here, it's kind of stayed stable relative to them. It hasn't really gone as low as the other coins have gone in the bear market. It's stayed a little bit more stable. So again, it's still a good buy. I'd recommend anybody buying XRP. I think a good amount to have would be, 20,000, 15,000 XRP. If this thing even hits, $10, I think it will definitely hit $100 or even 200. But if it hits $10 right now, you're gonna get a 30x multiple on your money or more. It's or more. It's crazy. It's crazy. This thing can really skyrocket. And I think people don't see the value in this and the utility. Just imagine you can send to anybody in the world right now in 30 seconds for less than half a cent any amount of money, just like that, with no bank. Now you have tags with XRP when you just send to exchanges. They used to not have that, but now you have to enter a tag. I guess just an extra verification. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but you got to do it. But either way, despite all that, it's such an amazing utility, and I think it's going to be huge. It could be one of those projects you get in very early, and it's going to be one of those times where you got in early, and everybody else will be FOMOing in when you bought XRP, even if it's gone up. I bought it at 29 cents. It's gone up to 42 cents. Even then, you're still getting a cheap buy. It's going to be 10, 20, maybe even 30, 40, $100, $200, who knows, in the next 5, 6, 7 years. You don't think that this application that has partnered with over 60 different banks is going to be mainstream? Nothing can compete with it. A lot of websites like Facebook and Goldman Sachs and Chase Bank have their own coins that they've made that are interdepartmental. They use them within themselves, but there's not external. People are saying, oh, the JPM coin is going to crush XRP. Absolutely not. XRP is used externally, and it's so much cheaper, so much faster. And maybe these people don't want a dollar-to-dollar stable coin. Maybe they actually want an investment or something that has can be a hedge against inflation. Stable coins are, they're all good, but they're also linked to the dollar. So $1 is worth one stable coin. If the dollar goes down in value, which I think it will, we're going to see some issues. So all in all, I think XRP is a great buy. Don't be waiting to get in. Just get your XRP. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I really recommend buying some XRP before it's too late. We don't know how long it could take. We don't know how long it will take for this become its own independent surge. A lot of these things are linked to the price of Bitcoin currently. It's still very early, but I think XRP will be the one that makes it. A lot of people are saying how there could be stable coins that, not stable coins, altcoins that will go to zero. Yeah, most cryptos will probably in the end go to zero, but I don't think this is one of them. So keep it safe, play it safe, get your XRP. I'd recommend it highly. That's all I have to say. Get bullish.